The SUGEE cake is a treat that has been passed down through generations, in spite of its simple appearance. A dessert built on the same base of semolina, eggs, and butter, but shaped by different hands and different traditions. In Eurasian kitchens, the SUGEE cake is often made for special occasions. It's loaded with ground almonds, soaked with brandy or rum, and sometimes topped with icing. The texture, dense yet tender, with a grainy bite that makes it unmistakable. But step into an Indian home, and the SUGEE cake takes on a simpler, more everyday form. It's lighter, no alcohol, no icing, just soft, sweet comfort in every bite. For many of us, the SUGEE cake isn't the first thing you think of as a sweet post-meal treat. But if you knew the legacy that generations of women have left behind in this recipe, you'd never turn down a slice. Here's to honoring traditions and embracing every flavor. Welcome to Same Dish But Different.
Hello guys, welcome to Same Dish But Different.
Woohoo! Whoa! Okay, today what we're gonna eat?
So today we are presenting to you SUGEE cake.
Wow! I have tried SUGEE cake before. Have you tried SUGEE cake before?
I have, but very long ago.
It looks like a butter cake, but it
Right.
doesn't taste like a butter cake.
So from these both cakes in front of me, I noticed that this one has cream, but
Yeah.
this one doesn't.
Yes.
I don't really see SUGEE cake with cream very often.
Same.
And this one is a lot more brighter. And this
Yes,
one is
the
a bit
colour
darker.
also a bit different.
So the flavour might be different also.
I can smell like the spices in here. There's some sort of spice, but I don't know what is it. Ooh, this one smells like, okay, this one smells like the regular butter cake. You can smell there's a bit of alcohol in it too.
I don't really smell like spices or any like
But this one
fragrance.
stronger, right? The spices.
Yeah. Shall we try this one first?
Okay, the one with the icing.
For me, it just tastes like a buttery cake. Like, I'm not tasting any like spices. It tastes quite eggy also, I feel.
Oh really? I think this is the texture that I remember SUGEE cake to be. So it is very familiar. The raw icing together with the cake, right? It goes well together. And I like it because I have a sweet tooth lah. Let's try this one. Okay, cheers!
Cheers!
Wow. Is this what you remember it to be?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say, this is heavily spiced. If I were to go with like flavor, right, I will go with this one. But texture, because I do prefer like something more packed, then I'll go for this one.
Maybe it's just the Indian in me, but I love the spices. I like it when the spices are strong. It tastes like masala tea as a cake.
Yes.
Honestly.
Not to like say that one or the other is better. It's just that both has its own style and like flavors added to it.
But then at the end of the day, it's still SUGEE cake.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Mary Pushpam Balakrishnan and I'm 63 years old and I'm also an Anglo-Indian. My grandmother is actually from South India. My grandfather is a British officer from England. I'm a special needs teacher. I can speak Tamil, English, Malay and Cantonese.
Hello, I'm Kurt Drysdale and I specialize in Eurasian cuisine. I've been a professional chef for about over 10 years now. Both of my parents are Eurasian in their own right. My mother is half Chinese, half Portuguese, and my father is half Scottish and half Indian. And I bake SUGEE cakes.
Marie, how did you learn how to make the SUGEE cake?
I learned from my mother-in-law. It was actually passed by my mother-in-law's mother to her. When I was young, well, we don't know how to cook at all. But once I got married at the age of 21, my mother-in-law taught me how to do cooking. She taught me a lot of things. She was a wonderful woman for me. Whenever we have like a SUGEE cake will be any time. For example, evening when we mix tea, usually my in-laws will come back from work by 5:30, they'll be at home. So this SUGEE cake will be there for tea time. And sometimes even to temples, because sometimes if it's not egg wins, we can take it to temple. It's a staple for every occasion.
Growing up in a Eurasian household, I had really great maternal and paternal grandmothers who are great cooks at home. And then, of course, my own mother, who has taught me everything I know in terms of Eurasian cooking. Of course, baking was my first love, and I used to do like wedding cakes, birthday cakes, stuff like that. And then I discovered my love of, preserving Eurasian cuisine, and that's how I sort of like shifted my focus into that instead. SUGEE cake is I would say, a must-have in every Eurasian household. Back then, you couldn't get SUGEE cake every day. It was more of a celebratory cake. We have it for weddings, anniversaries, birthdays. Similarly, like you go to a Muslim household and you would see rendang there, again for the special occasions. And that's why I feel that, that's why it's so important to the Eurasian community. Well, first and foremost, to start off, I would then have to dry roast the semolina. This, of course, adds additional flavor. Semolina is a coarse type of flour, and it's derived from a durum wheat.
What I do is I roast the semolina until I get the aroma. When you feel and see, you can feel the heat in your hand. That means it's done. After cooling it, grind it. Coarsely, not finely. So if you do coarsely, there is a bite there. You can feel it. So keep aside.
Then, of course, we cream the butter. Then we add the roasted semolina, and then last to add to that mixture is brandy, which of course enhances the taste and also prolongs the lifespan of the cake as well. This, of course, has to be left minimum of 4 hours and maximum of 2 days. But with my family, we usually do it just the day before that we bake the cake.
If I'm not wrong, this one has alcohol in it as well. Yeah, but it isn't to the point where sometimes you try like alcohol ice cream, then it's quite strong, then it kind of overpowers the cream itself. This one, I think, is a nice balance.
In another bowl, you put in the wheat flour. You put the SUGEE flour inside, you put in the baking powder, you put a little bit of tartar inside.
Why you need cream of tartar? What is it for?
To get a bit more, tighter,
Denser.
Density there.
This one already looks quite dense as compared to this one.
Yeah.
I don't know, I feel like you can probably tell on camera that this one looks more packed than this one.
And then, once it's done, I put in my chopped almonds. I prefer to use almonds because when you bite the cake, you can feel the nutty taste.
So basically for this recipe, it consists of 8 egg yolks and 1 egg white. And then this, of course, is separated first. Then we will beat up the egg whites till firm peaks. Set that aside. Then we add egg yolks and sugar, beat it till fluffy. And then we add that semolina mixture into it in 2 batches. Why 2 batches? Because my mom says so. So the next step is, of course, to add in the almond nibs and vanilla. Vanilla is, of course, to add additional flavor to the cake, and almond nibs is, of course, to add texture, which is what SUGEE cake is famous for. Following that, we add in our sifted flour and baking powder. Once that's all mixed nicely into the cake, we then fold in the egg white that we did at the start of the recipe. Again, very important is not to overmix cakes because you don't want to overwork the gluten, and that makes it very tough and dry cake at the same time. So why I whip the egg whites first is it also helps the cake to be more aerated and also adds moisture to the cake.
In a bowl, you put in butter and castor sugar. Whip it nicely until it gets a fluffy texture. You put in yellow color inside, essence you put inside. And then you mix nicely, beat it again. And then put in your eggs inside one by one. Not one shot, one by one. So as you put one, you beat it. You put another one, you beat it until it finishes. The original of the SUGEE cake actually doesn't have egg because sometimes we used to do temple offering. But because the children are growing up, they want some taste, I add in the egg inside. After that, you take the evaporated milk. The milk will give the creamy taste. Also same thing, little by little you put inside until you get the smoothie texture in it. The flour you put inside the mixer bowl and then you stir it nicely until all the flour is combined into the batter. Then use machine to do it again, the mixture again. Lastly, you put either cardamom oil or you can even put the seed. You cannot be putting big inside because the moment you taste that, you will never eat the cake anymore.
Like how you eat biryani sometimes have
Once you put in the mouth, oh my God, you feel like that. Is it? No, you have to grind it powder, like a powder, which you can't even see. If the suji cake is so good, you keep on eating and eating, you get the bloated in your. So in order to not to get that air in your body, you have to use the cardamom.
And then I also noticed like little grains.
Yes.
The other one doesn't have that.
Yeah, I feel like the little grains that you see here, right, are probably the spices. It is more obvious here. And I think Aruni said that it actually looks like a banana cake.
Yeah. The grains.
Yeah.
So once that's all done, we then pour the batter into a lined cake tin, and then we place it in an oven at 170 degrees. Bake it for about 45 minutes or until the skewer inserted comes out clean.
So once you've done that cardamom, you put it into the pot, then you oven it to 150. After 30 minutes, I'll check the cake. So I take my chopstick and see whether it's done or not. So if it's clean, that's it.
So for today's cake, I'll be doing a piping of raw icing. It's far comparison to what I was growing up when it was encased in marzipan. But right now, people are more health conscious, and more often than not, people just prefer the cake on its own to taste the actual flavor of the cake. Yeah. And your SUGEE cake is ready.
The SUGEE cake isn't just a family recipe. It's a piece of history, baked into every celebration, every reunion, and every quiet Sunday afternoon. The kind passed down not through cookbooks, but through memory, always made by that one person who did it best. It doesn't need fancy decoration, just time, patience, and a whole lot of heart. Because the SUGEE cake doesn't just live in recipes, it lives in the moments we never want to forget.
This thing is crashing out, bro.
Man is crashing out with Google Sheets. He holds a purple EasyLink card. Stress. Can ease my head.
Thank you for watching this episode of Same Dish, but Different.
If you like this episode, do check out more over there. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye.